to share something with you. That might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from it, and this has been like a therapy session.
Andrew McCART, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. I've got to say I'm delighted to be joined by Ryan Carlin. Ryan, this is pretty weird because normally I'm in the gym with you, we're training, I see you training with Dom, but to do an interview with you, it's quite nervous for me. Are you nervous?
No, I'm actually alright, to be fair. Done 2 or 4, so I've got a wee bit of experience here.
Well, that's it. Well, you're making your pro debut, so you better get used to these cameras and these mics in your face, yeah. Before we talk about your pro debut, what's happening next Thursday, next week, the 24th, I believe, at the Radisson Blu in Glasgow. You've sort of been training for a long, long time now. I've been witnessing you in the gym the past year and a half. Just go back to your sort of amateur career and break down your sort of style, your amateur background, what you did in the amateurs, and the last time you fought, because it's been almost probably over 2 years since you had a fight, so you must be looking forward to this debut. But just break down your amateur career.
Well, I've been boxing since I was 10 years old. Scottish titles, British title, been in multi-nations, been to 2 Europeans, boxed for Scotland for at least maybe 3 years, and then just all other like training camps in likes of Russia, Ukraine, that sort of thing. So plenty of experience there. A lot of foreign fighters and things like that. So it's been great to have that experience sort of early on and all, which sets me in good stead for the pros, especially when the majority of the fighters will be foreign fighters. So I'm glad that I've had that experience under my belt.
I mean, you've rattled off there, people might think that you might be older than what you are, but you're only 21 years old, but you have done a lot in the amateur game. You've been boxing for such a young age, so 21 years old is still young to turn pro. So in your mind right now, your pro debut a week away, right decision for yourself?
Yeah, I would say so. It was just a few setbacks that kind of I thought was like a sign that maybe it is time to just turn over, get plenty of experience, and not want to leave it too late. So it was the right decision at the right time, I'd say. So I'm glad I actually made this decision at the time.
When did you last fight? It has been over 2 years, has it?
It was recent, 2 years ago, probably last month, September, October roughly.
You got itchy knuckles in, you're just ready to punch somebody's face in?
Can't wait.
Well, let's talk about the pro debut. A lot of fighters when they turn pro, it's an exciting time for themselves. You've got a new setup here with Dominic Vaughan in Vaughan Fitness here in Holytown. So, yeah, the flyweight division as well. I believe you'll be fighting at flyweight. You're quite tall. How tall are you?
5'7".
5'7", so you're quite a tall flyweight in terms of the rest of them. But before we talk about the division, yeah, just your pro debut, man. How anxious are you? Anxious, nervous, excited? What's your emotions right now?
Wouldn't really say nervous. It's more excitement because I've been out for 2 years and it's just finally time to actually get in there, fight. It's just, can't wait.
I've took you in the pads a couple of times and I've felt that right hand. When your opponent feels that right hand, what's going to happen?
Well, we've been early night, that's for sure.
Well, again, St Andrew's card that you're fighting on, which is obviously a great night. They put on a great show. It's a dinner show, 5 fights at the Radisson Blu. It's going to be an absolutely great night. I'm going to be there because I cannot not be there, being that I've witnessed you in the gym the last year and a half, training hard, ready for this debut, and obviously Matt McHale, who I know very well. So it's going to be a great night for Scottish boxing. But when you look at the Scottish boxing right now, with Josh Taylor flying the flag, you've got Lee McGregor, we've got all these Commonwealth Games guys, Lazzarini turning over, Sam Hickey doing wonderful things down at GB, you've got Reece Lynch. So there's a lot of great talent coming through, but the pro ranks, we're needing that fighter. We're needing more fighters to join Lee McGregor and Josh Taylor and the rest of them up there. You that guy?
Absolutely. That's the thing. There's not a lot at flyweight, so it's the perfect weight to be at. Plenty of opportunities. So, that's where I see myself getting to.
Flyweight then, obviously, the super flyweight and the flyweight divisions, was there a choice where you wanted to be? Because obviously, did you look at the super flyweight division and analyse it and look at the flyweight division and think, you know what, I'm going to go down that route because of X, Y and Z?
No, it was really just because it's the weight that I've always been. I can't seem to put weight on, so I just thought I can get bigger at flyweight and then push on, and probably within 2, maybe 3 years I'll end up eventually superfly bantam, but just now comfortable where I'm at and just ready to take over.
Well, let's talk about it then. I mean, when you look at the flyweight division, again, it's not a deep pool of talent, but it's talented, if that makes sense. There's a lot of good boys down there, especially world level, when you've got like Sonny Edwards in and around that division. You go up to super flyweight, you've got Bam Rodriguez, Chocolatito, Estrada, Thomas Assomba, Marcel Braithwaite here in the UK. So for you to get to that, where you want to be, it's going to be difficult, but it's going to be a fun ride.
Yeah, it's just taking the right fights at the right time, really. Still young, there's no time to push on quick, take my time and just see where we go for there.
If you jump in a time machine right now, obviously it's been a long time since you have fought, 2 years, but if I'm sitting here a year from now doing the same chat with you, where would you like to see yourself? Where would you like to be right now?
I'd probably say at least British level, at least, just depending on how many fights we can get within that time and just the right strategy and the right people at the right time. No way I'd jump in the deep end too quick. Still young, so there's plenty of time.
When you look at this year, obviously you're fighting the tail end of this year, so I doubt you'll probably be fighting in December. Well, I don't know if you are. Maybe not. Okay, not. So next year then, how many fights would you like to have? You'd like to be, obviously, starting your pro career. I take it you want to be busy and get as many fights under your belt.
Looking to try and get at least 4 or 5, maybe next year. Just need to see what we can get. So just really hoping 4 or 5, maybe more if we can.
I do want to talk about the divisions, right? Because the flyweight and the super flyweight divisions, they never really get the, would you say respect? Maybe years ago they probably didn't get the respect that they deserve, and that nobody really watched the flyweight division. There's always that sort of heavyweight, everyone loves a big knockout. The flyweights are more, don't get as many knockouts, but you get fast hands and a skill set that's second to none. So the fact that they're getting a lot of recognition now, the flyweights, the bantamweights and the super flyweights and whatnot, it's an exciting time. So you adding your name to that, to these big guys, that must be an exciting time for you as well. It
is, because now obviously there is a lot more people watching the flyweight division. Obviously we like Sonny Edwards, Chocolatito and all that sort of thing. A lot of them can have one punch knockout power, and then like Sonny boxes, it's exciting. So to be there at that same time as him is great. Sonny Edwards, man, he does what Sonny Edwards does. He's hard to pin down. I don't know if, well, now you're probably the same weight and you're turning pro. Probably be good to get a sparring session with him, see what you can do, because he seems to be one of them guys that's hard to beat. Definitely, he's clever. He's always moving, thinks on his feet, and just hard to catch. Well, that's it. I suppose that's the name of the game, hit and don't get hit. That being said then, final one from me. Thursday 24th, Radisson Blue, Glasgow, Ryan Carlin, pro debut. What can the fans expect? Excitement. Maybe some fireworks. We'll see how it goes. Knockout? We'll see if we can get there, but hopefully. There you go. Ryan, listen, IFL TV debut, first of many, no doubt. Listen, I'm going to be there Thursday night. I'm probably going to... Where's your gloves? You've got your gloves, your wraps and your boxing boots ready to you. You're about to do a session, a little shakedown. Enjoy it, and I'll see you soon, brother. Thanks very much for having me. No worries. Cheers, Ryan.
I'm going to share something with you that might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something, completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from it, and this has been like a therapy session.